Yo, welcome back to the channel, guys. Nicholas here, Adam here. Adam's doing loads of work. I've done nothing but sit on the phone for about an hour and a half. I know, just hang on, you're getting too much. We need to film all this, Mr. Dunlop. I'm going to do a little competition for you guys. So I've got myself here a Unilite IL925R. Brand new seal, which I have purchased myself. Not been given. Bought this before Christmas. Bought. Yeah. I bought it. Haha, Adam's got one. Let me guess, it's flat. Press the button.
I don't know what you're on about.
Yeah, exactly. Adam's never charged anything. I've got two here. What I'm going to do, across the screen, throughout this entire video, there's going to be single words being put up on the screen. Maybe here, maybe across my face, maybe up in the corner. Big, little, small. What I need you guys to do is get a pen and paper, get your notes out on your phone, whatever. Every time that pops up, it will create a sentence, and at the end of the video, I need you to put it below in the comments. Once that video, the sentence is complete, the first 10 that I'll see, because everything is obviously time-stamped, I can see when you guys exactly put a comment on. First 10 people comment with the correct sentence at the end. I'll then turn around and message one of you. I'll put you in a random generator thing, and then I'll pick you guys, and you can win it. It's worldwide, ain't gonna cost a lot to ship, but it just adds a bit more zing to the video, doesn't it, Adam? Zing, let's go with that word. But yeah, it's about £85 worth of light. I love it, it's my favourite light ever so far, until they bring something else out even better. So look, we're going to do this every now and then. We've got some stuff to give away, haven't we? Some drills. What's that?
If you don't win the giveaway, just use code Bundy and you get one.
You'll get 25% off, that's what you'll get. Anyway, what we're doing, brickwork, no ceiling, so it's our little stage in here. We've got 7 sockets to go on. Adam's already poured some floors up. We have a raised floor for you guys here. Ooh. So we're going to be doing some rodding. A lot of these are already taken up, weren't they, mate?
Yeah, I think these are new pipes.
New pipes there. Plumbers are brought around here. So we're going to pick the supply up, which is in that side, which we've already done in there, which annoyingly was completely not stripped. It was like just a normal house. Bring that through. I'm going to show you the process of linking up around. Yeah. Right, run through this. Adam's going to do, he's got a 25mm back box. It's going to be going straight surface on the brickwork because the plaster will be dabbed out to minimum 25mm, and then you'll have the skim on top. Got myself 20mm grommet in there. Bang. He's measured out what he wants with the spirit level. He's then we're gonna drill down first.
Yeah, so I did that, went like that, and then typical might normally go there and there, left and right in the middle, but that is on the mortar line, so that's not good fixing. So we're going to use that one and that one. So that turns out there and there. So we're in brick, got some red plugs and some gold screws.
And what's good with this as well, if you ever go in the corners, you will get a lift out, so we'll use some washers to a bit more of a surface area as well.
Yep.
One plug, deuce plug.
Get the trusty hammer out.
We won't be putting any washers on because I can't find them. There we go, bada bing, bada boom.
And then usually I get like a little, what is it, about 15 or 20mm drill bit.
Yeah.
And just
slot it behind.
Yeah, usually I like do that before I put the box on, if it's like this, because then you can get right up against the wall, whereas now I can't. So if the box wasn't on the wall, I can get like there.
Yeah. What we tend to do is, when we do that as well, is use, 600 long drill bits, because you do get a lot of flex. I mean, the longer the drill bit, the lot better the flex. You can pull the drill away from the wall but still push it, and it will sort of curve itself down without scuffing the top of the wall. We've had it a lot of the times where the actual chuck on the SDS like this, as you push it down, it scuffs down the brickwork. Right, I'll give you a little fun story as well. So you see on TikToks or Facebook or whatever you watch, is they give you what's the best nickname you've ever heard on site, and it's the guy who had a limp, and they called him the sniper's nightmare. And I thought, well, I've got a mint one. I said it about my mate for years. So when I trained to be an electrician, I went to college. I didn't know anyone there first day. 17-year-old, long-haired, spotty kid with barely any facial hair like now. And there's a guy there. I'm not going to say his actual name, but because he watches this stuff and I still speak to him all the time. And he had a bit of stubble, but he had a big red scar sort of from his mouth here going across. It was quite big, bless him. And I get in chatting, and I obviously have no boundaries. I was like, where's the scar from? It was when he was a kid, he fell over and whatnot. And I was like, all right. And as that moment there, my brain went, oh, got a good nickname for you. So I used to call him Jam Stain. It looks like he's bit into a jam sandwich. And like kids do get it all over the mouth, and he's not wiped it away. But I called him Jam Stain ever since. How the hell he didn't kick the hell out of me? Because even now, he's a lot bigger than I am. I'm a big chap. He's much bigger than me. And yeah, he's just been jam staying ever since. So when I go to him, oh, I was speaking to so-and-so at the weekend. And he goes, what? Jam staying? I'm like, yeah, that's it. So it'll live on forever. So from now on, guys, at some point I might introduce you to jam staying if he ever wants to work with me, because he is a spark as well. But yeah, anyway, let's carry on with the video. My little go now. The only socket that I was going to do. This here, ladies and gentlemen, it's actually for, as the customer stated, I'll put the, oh no, he didn't send me a text, he sent me a video. This is for a Christmas tree socket. And as much as I laughed, I was like, actually, it's probably not a bad shout. So we're doing 300 to the bottom, which is there. This is only going to be a single socket. And to be honest with you, this is probably the only single socket you'll ever see me fit, because I don't like single sockets. I do find them a bit pointless. But for this, I'm okay. We'll do the stitch method. We'll go around. I won't record this bit. I've already done loads of videos on how to do that. But we've just got a process of this is the only one that's going to have a bit of chasing. The rest of them are all to the wall. And then there's two of them, which are behind me down here. This is all, I think this is getting blocked up. So there's going to be 2 double sockets and a data point going on there where the TV is going to go. So we'll just put that in the floor for now, make our life a bit easier.
Right, so I was just thinking of where to take my first feed to. So I was thinking, go there, over to there, over to there, and then to there. But then I thought, they haven't had any outside sockets on this property. So I didn't know whether they wanted one. So I spoke to Nick, and he's already spoke to the customer about that, and they don't want one. So realistically, it doesn't really matter now which way I wire it. Because I was thinking, ideally, I would just want to, if that is the case, I'd use that as the last one. Like, so there's one cable, and then we can go at the back for the outside socket. Do you know what I mean? Just to make life easier putting on the single socket. Let's get that down there. Right, where's the hole in the brick wall? Alright, so here, look. So you can see the rod there. If I put the camera down, you can see the rod just there. Where's it gone? Yeah, there. So that's the first one done, so that's the hard part, really. Right, so the 2.5s on the Rumpotech. I think, did Ben, yeah, Ben. So we showed Ben the other day how to do the trick of looping it back round, and then when it comes to use it, obviously it's a bit easier with one hand, you just slide it off, come on, and then straighten out that kink you put in, and then it's good to go. Just tape it on the end of that rod, and I'll leave the drum this side so then I can play with the amount of slack I want to do the board, because we've not decided fully where it's going yet. I'm going to pull it to here, and then I'm going to go probably to there, over to there, then the single, then this one. Just that's the way I'm going to do it. It doesn't really make no odds now. And then I'll show you the tricks of clipping it onto the last joist, like pulling it up and clipping it onto the last joist, then going up to the socket just to secure it a bit. Right, so I've got the cable here in the gap. I'm just going to poke it up behind the skirting now. So let's try and get that. Sometimes this can be a bit fiddly. There it is. And then I normally keep one hand underneath, one hand above, and kind of feed it and pull. So if I pull that across, it'll go straight up in line with that grommet. Right, so as you can see now, it's going up directly in line with the grommet. I've obviously got to pull another cable up that, like the link in between, from here round to that socket. So I'll put like a 6mm clip, which will hold both of those back once I got the other cable in place. Yeah, so that's it. What we usually do is, I need to grab my torch, put a clip in there, and then that stops the slack being pulled down by the plasterer, or him just getting rid of that cable, like pulling it up too much and then pulling this too tight, whereas we want that nice and tight like that so it's not sagging on the floor. So as you can see here, it starts to dip down, but that's because I haven't pulled the slack the other side, whereas like the old cables are all just on the floor, JB's on the floor down there, so that's not what we want. So I'll pull the slack back that side. I've got loads of stuff all over my face already. And then I'll pull the links in between. So realistically, it's just rodding from where you need to get to the other side, pulling it into the box, pulling it taut, putting a clip that end, and then working your way back the way you come. And then just go around all the room, really.
Right, I am back. Am's done a little drip loop, but it's not a drip loop. It's a strengthening loop. Let's call it that.
I said on the previous, because clips.
Yeah.
I'm going to run the other one, then do the 6mm clip, you know, to hold them both in.
Yeah, dual over. Obviously, there's a lot of different ways and whatnot that we can support the cables, cover the cables. You've got capping, you've got metal capping, you've got plastic capping, you've got capping, I don't know what that is, clips, oval conduit, flexible conduit, which you can see up here, which is the stuff that we did upstairs, going through. Oh, you have?
Yeah, I said about we could have used all-round bands, flexi loops to support the cable.
Yeah, I'll show up. There's so many ways that you can run it. Is there a right way? No. Is there a wrong way? No. You don't have to put any capping on it. You can put as much, you can put 30 layers on if you wanted to. But to regulation, there isn't any. No matter what people say in regs that you need capping on it, the only reason we put capping on it is protect the cable from the plasterer's trowel. Capping, no matter what form of capping, metal or plastic, round, oval, flat, square, it is not going to stop an SDS. No. Ever. So don't don't have an illusion that it will help, because it really won't. Another little tip for you guys. So Adam's done the loop there. He's done a loop over there. He's clipped it. There's no damp or moisture that we can see down here. It is nice and bone dry. And there's a dead mouse, whatever the hell that is. That skeleton, delicious. I just twitched it on my light. But I've gone to faults before, back in the day when there's old junction boxes, and they're physically on the floor. Like, people will leave a lot of slack, and it would drip down. What's the matter?
Like this, yeah.
Yeah, so that exactly like that. So that's just sat on the floor. And with these, especially with these raised floors, there's air vents, brick air vents on the outside. That's the purpose of this floor. It allows fresh air to go in to take away any moisture. But there's a few where we're from, where there's brooks or high water levels, and it actually gets flooded on the houses, or you have a really thick layer of mould. It's loads of foam. It gets within the junction box, and the fault that I went to years ago, which I wish I had a camera back then, even like camera phones back then were not very good. The whole junction box was completely submerged in water by about a foot. So I ended up going under there, fishing it all out, and it was just a nightmare to fix. But what I'm saying with this is, it's got a bit of flex in it. It's not touching the floor. I'm actually going to go and put another clip in it now, just under there, just to support it a bit more. But it's not the end of the world. If you've got a sag in it, it's always nice to have a little bit of slack to pull backwards and forwards. But with this type of thing, you can do the flexi loops that we've done to support before. Adam's already run through all this. I'll shut up. Next stage, cat cable. Adam's just ran. We're only doing one. I would always recommend when you run cat cable when you're doing rewires like this. The customer was almost against it, I would say. I said, if you're going to do it, just run it in. Normally, we run pairs in case we ever have a problem with one. We've always done the same. We had a few comments about people upstairs. It was a cost issue. I managed to convince the customer to at least get one, and that's the reason we didn't run two. It's just that extra cost. The customer wasn't interested. So we managed to convince one, so future-proof the house a little bit. Cat cable's in. Adam forgot that there was sockets going here, so we've just pulled that leg back and redid another one. Got a dual leg here for when this all gets boarded up. That will go on the floor for the time being, ready for 2 double sockets and the data point for the telly. Floor's back down, the carpet's going, so don't shout at us for brick dust. Adam's going to tidy it all up in a minute.
Shout at us, it was you.
You're not getting paid this week. One thing I want to shout out as well, the customer left us labels everywhere. Just a bit of masking tape with the drawings on it. This helps us massively, because this is what, we had a bit of confusion upstairs. We sort of ran through what we wanted to do, didn't we? Put the stuff in, and then there's 2 sockets at the wrong place, which we're going to fix now. But a bit different because the customer hadn't quite decided or knew the layout of the room. But for any people watching this that are having electrical work done, not by myself, by anyone, don't think of it's rude to leave stuff where you want it, and like the electrician thinks he knows best and everything, because it's your house. If you want it there, you can have it there, as long as it's within regulation. It helps us out a ton. There was a square drawn on the wall here for exactly where you wanted the light switch, same with the sockets. It makes our job, we only have to do it once, not twice or 3 times, moving stuff around if it's not exactly where you want. So if you're going to have if you're going to have some electrical work done, do that. It helps out a ton, trust me. Much easier. I had to just skip that bit because my microphone was going flat. We've got that going across. We've got one going there. So it is a radial circuit. We just powered back up. I'll just put that in. We're going to tidy up now. Ready for this. Oh, right, let me stand. Feet to wall. Looking at that. Ooh. See? Can tidy up. And I use it. See? I don't know what the sentence is yet, but I know the very last word's probably going to pop up at some point around my head. Maybe not. I don't know. But yeah, make sure you do the stuff below if you want to enchant with in it, because they're sick and it's mint. And I'll sign the box for you as well. I won't. It's quite cringe, isn't it? Yeah, if you like the video, smack the like button. subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the bell notification, because the one thing I'm struggling at, I've got 3,000 subscribers, and only 6% of you have the bell notification to all turned on. So many are missing videos, so many, and I don't want you to miss any, because you missed out on the good stuff, aren't they, Adam? So yes.
Yes.
Cool. Right, so the next one. Take care now. Bye-bye then.
Bye.